Hey y'all, it's Arkansas Ray. Welcome to the channel where I share what it's like to live and work in Arkansas. So today I'm in a race against an ice storm. So a lot of states will have snow during the winter time because, that's the normal thing in the winter if you're in a cold weather state. And in the south or further in the south, you'll have rain, just plain old rain, because it's too warm. Well, in Arkansas, and especially northeast Arkansas, we happen to be kind of in between. That's right, here in northeast Arkansas, we get a mixture of, during the wintertime, usually ice and sleet versus snow versus plain rain. Now, we do get more rain than we do get snow, but in this case, we have a winter storm, or I'm sorry, we have an ice storm warning coming through that's supposed to be here at about 6 o'clock, or that's when everything is supposed to start going crazy. So my job today is that I've got to spread ice melt at 7 different locations throughout today and get that done before 6 o'clock this evening. And also another thing I'm trying to do is get that done at these businesses before everyone shows up to park. Now, I'm not going to be able to do that at all locations, but I can at least cover some before everybody gets here. If you look around, I'm at work before daylight, which is what time I typically get to work anyway. But I'm going to try to hit the road and get the stuff spread as much as possible. The location I'm at right now, we'll go ahead and spread the ice melt here, and then we'll go on to all the other locations and get that done. So join me in the race against the ice storm today. All right, so at this location, they were wise enough to buy their own ice melt, and so we're going to grab that real quick, and we'll get that spread on the parking lot. Just in case you're curious, I think this is the Purple Heat. Yeah, Purple Heat ice melt. So it's actually pretty good stuff. A little bit more expensive, but not bad. But it is really good ice melt. All right, as you can see, daylight is approaching. So nothing wrong with daylight or dark. Either one doesn't really matter, but the fact that we're getting closer to when employees and clients and things start showing up, it means we gotta try to hurry up and get this done. All right, so as you can see, we have an ice storm warning. And so we'll go to the hourly forecast. It looks like it's going to be, again, about 6 o'clock or so. Yeah, about 6 o'clock when the heaviest of stuff comes in. So we have some time, but yet, like I said, it's kind of a matter of trying to get this spread before parking lots get full and all of that. We're not going to be able to do that with every property, but we'll get a lot of them. All right, well, that takes care of this property, and I have worked up a sweat, and we all know you don't want to be sweating when it's really cold outside. It's, I think, about 35, 33 Fahrenheit right now, so anyway, but like I said, that takes care of this property. Now the real fun begins. So now I have 20 bags of ice melt that I've got to load up, and I know some of you may be thinking, okay, 20 bags is not that big of a deal. Maybe not for you. I've got a bad back. Matter of fact, I'm due to have back surgery soon. And so this is not going to hurt my back or make it any worse. The doctors have already told me that, so I'm good to do this kind of work. But yeah, it's not going to be fun. I can guarantee you. Here we go. All right, well, I'm completely out of breath. My fingers are numb, but it's time to move on to the next location because I really don't have a whole lot of time to waste. So here we go. All right, well, as you can see, there are already a lot of cars here, and so we'll just cover the sidewalks and the open areas of the parking lot as much as we can. There's a real good chance anyway that after the ice and everything hits that I'll have to come back afterwards to apply some more ice melt, so it'll be okay. All right, that takes care of that one. All I gotta do is throw these bags away and head to the next one. Okay, so in this case with this property, they had already spread out their own ice melt last week because there was some snow, just a brief period of snow that melted away very fast, but they had already put some ice melt out. However, I try to leave some extra ice melt for them, and it looks like we need to spray maybe just a little more ice melt while we're here, so we'll do that real quick and be on our way to the next property. And we just need to leave them an extra bag. All right, off to the next location. All right, and that wraps up for this location. On to the next. Alright, so this is our Paragould location, and we have quite a bit of parking lot and area to cover because they have parking, and then they have all the buses, and then it stretches on for a while and turns into gravel, so we're going to get this covered up. Well, I feel like my life is on repeat right now because it's same thing over and over. Same stuff, different location, we'll say it that way. So I'm really not sure how everyone else likes to do this, but I just do a simple back and forth pattern, just overlapping, kind of like you would do if you was cutting the lawn or something. So, but anyway, thank goodness for this little spreader because it makes easy work of getting this out. I was doing this by hand, believe it or not. I had a bucket and I would just throw it out by hand, and I'd be covered with all this dust and stuff from the ice melt. And then I bought a little hand spreader, one of those little hand crank things, and it did okay, but I've still been covered with this dust that you see coming off of here. So finally decided to break down and buy this thing, and it's working very well. It's salted and completed. Now on to Oak Grove Heights. All right, well, we are at our final location of the day, which is in Truman, Arkansas. And it is, it's drizzling right now. And it's so funny because I left from Oak Grove Heights near Paragould, Arkansas, and left from there and came straight here. And there was actually a point there where it was, I'd say on the northern side of Jonesboro, where the signs, the road signs and things were forming icicles. And I don't think that's the case here. I think it's just water droplets, but it just shows you kind of how close we are to this stuff, you know, changing over to ice. Yeah, so right now it's just water. I mean, it's so strange. We're always in the area, especially this far south, or we're another county down. It can make all the difference in the world between having rain or, you know, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. And so, but anyway, so it appears that maybe it's moving in a little bit sooner than expected. But for us in this area here, maybe still have some time before it gets bad. So anyway, we're going to spray some salt here, and you can see that this is a huge parking lot, and it's important to cover a lot of it because they have to go from the door over there, and then, you know, go to the buses over here, so, and to their cars. So we're going to try to get as much covered as we possibly can, and then that will be the end of my day. Alright, so hopefully this is for the last time today. So I've run into a problem where some of these bags just won't rip. They'll stretch and stretch, they won't rip. So I am not afraid to cheat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just cut this and not worry about having to tear and rip and all that stuff. Oh, look at there. I dropped some. I spilled some. Easy fix. Yep, that's how you take care of that. All right, so that wraps it up for me today. I know it wasn't very eventful, but I just thought I'd bring you along with me to show you what I have to do to prepare for inclement weather when it's coming about. And we did manage to beat it. It is a little after 2 o'clock, I believe, and the weather is holding off at the moment, so it may stick around until its predicted time of 6 o'clock. My mouth is so frozen I'm having a hard time speaking, but which is not much different from any other time. But anyway, thank you so much for tagging along today, and if you would do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. I would appreciate it so very, very much. And just want to remind you to hug everyone you love, because you never know when you'll get the chance to do it again. So long, everyone.